So, quick teardown of the new AK. I'm pretty happy with this, though there are a few small points. Magazine, it's fine. Receiver cover. This is all plastic, unfortunately, but no biggie. Probably a good idea actually. Metal rusts and metal against plastic, really not a good idea for wear, especially on this little lip here, which is like that right there. If you've got something metal wearing against that, it's going to just cut it out. So the rest of it, we'll leave the gearbox. Everything back here is pretty bog standard. Battery. Now, if you can see in here, there's a little connector in there. When you put the back end of it on, you just clip it together, put these two screws in, which dig directly into the nylon of this body part, and that's it. It's designed to go in and stay. I like it. It's nice and tight. There's no wiggle, well, marginal wiggle room, but the rest of it's all just flex in this big bit. But overall, the rest of it's good, at least back here. And guard, grip. Let's do this. So, as this is a V3 gearbox, it is like a Gen 8 or V1. Everything is all attached. That's soldered, soldered, soldered. It's got a little bit of flex to it, but nothing that's going to kill you. I wouldn't be going ahead and putting a giant motor in here or any metal gears or anything, because this gearbox is exactly what you need. On the gearbox, big metal rail. All the wires from the battery come up here, go down through there and down the back. Very neat, very clean. And well, we'll ignore the rest of this. There's a screw under here. Take that off. You pop the pin out here like you would on a M4 receiver, and that's pretty much it. Nothing special, though I do like it. It is a very toit gearbox. Let's just slide this back on. So, single shot, nice and clean. Auto, sounds cool. I like it. Now over here, there's two screws down the bottom here. Now up the top, you've got the usual AK release, and that will release that rear bit. You need this because it doesn't come with screws here. At least mine didn't. Now there's two screws up here. Just take a little hexy boy. This screw that I'm undoing now came pre-threaded. Well, at least a little bit worse for wear on the threading. It still bites, no major issues, and it's being held in by this bit at the back, so no worries, not for me at least. Undoing this. And then, once they're loose, you just take the whole thing off from the back here. Make sure this is rotated correctly. That comes out, and this bit here pops out. There's a screw right there that holds this piece onto this nylon shaft. Stroke the shaft, guys. These two screws pretty much what hold the rest of everything on the back here on. Pop that screw out. And these are, I think, M4 machine screws. And when I take this off, you'll see why that's a good thing, but also why I was sad. Let's... Really should be using a screwdriver here, but oh well. Take that out. This just slides off. That's the whole barrel. So, in here, make sure my camera's on. So in here, you've got some little captive screws. Oh, nuts, sorry. I've replaced this. There was one square nut in here when I got the thing. So only one side was fixed correctly. But these are, again, generic M whatever machine screws. Got some decent headroom, and when I replace these with little hex nuts, they now stay in. No falling out whatsoever. The rest of this is all pretty much... It's assembled, you don't need to touch it. You've got a... Scope's got a nice spring to it. Everything sort of works. You got a sight down there. It does good sighty things. It is a sighty boy. Put that back, and that's really the majority of the teardown. I hesitate to take this out. These two screws, take this off, undo that. Just because it's a pain getting this gearbox in, but then that's the way. Two screws holding the T-piece in, which is, well, it's very short. You see barrel starts there, feed there. It's only about that tall in there, and it sort of goes on a little bit of an S, but it is only like a 2 centimeter sort of thing. Whereas there, it's like starts there, ends there. That's pretty much it. I like this gun. It's very nice. Blaster, sorry. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more hefty, but at $170, which is what I picked it up on the pre-order for, it is very reasonable. And as a beater, you really want to go for the nylon because it'll last you forever. And V3 gearbox, everything self-contained. You don't have to worry about this. Like, this is a little loose, but again, it's a light beater. And that's what I like it for. Not that one, this one. So I'm just going to do the rest of this back up and sort it out.